And it's the record. Miceli only 2-0. Scatizzi 6-2, the more experienced fighter, but much younger. This is all about nerves.
History-making night for Bellator MMA. It begins, as always, with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. As tonight, Miller Lite presents the international debut of Bellator MMA from the Pala Abitor here in Torino, Italia. We begin the night live on Spike with 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports. And now, first introducing the blue corner at 5'8", weighing in 76.1 kilos, 167.5 pounds. His professional record stands undefeated at 2-0 from Calabria, Italia. Introducing Daniele, the cyborg Miceli. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 5'10", weighing in 76.2 kilos, 168.2 pounds. As a professional, 6 victories, 2 defeats. He fights out of Roma, Italia. Introducing Daniele Scatizzi. In charge of the action, your referee, Big John McCarthy.
World travel, John McCarthy, no stranger to that.
All right, are you ready? You ready? Let's get it on.
The only thing better than John McCarthy is John McCarthy with a microphone. Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner Cheers. It's Miller time.
Kelly already coming down with his chin up and his hands down, but man, Scatizzi already in bad position.
He's the younger fighter, but he is the more experienced fighter. Scatizzi with the red gloves. 3-time Italian Cup grappling champion. Actually moved from Rome to Dublin to train.
The 4 pillars of MMA for so long have been the United States, Brazil, Russia, and Japan. When guys come out of other countries, you know, the records, you just don't know exactly what you're walking into. You know, the Pitbull brothers came to us having fought in Brazil. They had big records, didn't know the names, but you don't build a record in Brazil without taking on good talent. Italy, you don't know. It's, like I said, for the most part, it's almost like these guys' pro debut as far as the world is concerned.
It is nights like these, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we see a rising star. And when they were 10 years old, I went to the first Bellator MMA show in Italy, and I remember, and I said, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly. Nice mount transition.
Right near the fence, too. He didn't have a lot of room.
Miceli trying to roll, but ended up giving up his back. Scatizzi still a little too high in the ride here. Needs to settle down a little bit.
That first shot caught him, too.
Miceli just on the defensive so far in this fight.
It's easy trying to flatten him out.
And we talked about the nerves. One thing that really helps out your nerves is starting off in good position. These are legal. Big John right on top of him.
He's got those hooks in. It's so much tougher to roll out now.
What he hasn't been able to do successfully yet is really flatten Miceli out. He's a little too high to get under his hips. See Miceli still kind of basically based up. He's in an all-fours kind of position rather than flat on his belly. Still, Scatizzi landing shots. Miceli's got to move. He cannot stay here.
Is being near the fence helping him in terms of it not flattening him out?
Now, in this position, no, not really. It's actually taking one of his avenues of escape. He can't escape to his right. He has basically one door, one way to get out to his left.
3 ways to go instead of 4.
Yeah, exactly. But Scatizzi, you kind of see the jiu-jitsu and experience. He's a little high. He's not settling down all the way, really flattening his man out.
His father taught him judo when he was a very, very young man. Good shot, and it's over. Yeah, John McCarthy wasn't going to wait. There wasn't even a warning that he had to work.
He was busy once he had good position. We wondered how he would spend his energy. He spent it well.
As you said, so much easier when it is going well. That's when the adrenaline works for you, not against you.
But what I like is that he didn't rush. As soon as he had his back, he didn't spend a ton of energy wearing himself out. Good finish by a young fighter.
The 7th professional win is the biggest in the young career of 22-year-old Daniele Scatizzi. Here's the key moment of the first ever Bellator MMA fight overseas. Watch this transition into full mount from Daniele Scatizzi. That was the fight right there, as it turned out. Miceli had a couple of opportunities to roll out of it, but hanging on, as Scatizzi did in the first few seconds, was all it required. He got the hooks in and eventually just started raining down. And John McCarthy had no choice but to stop it. A very impressive performance for the 22-year-old Daniele Scatizzi. Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, referee Big John McCarthy waves off the contest due to unanswered strikes. The official time, 3 minutes, 20 seconds into round number 1. The winner by TKO, Daniele Scatizzi.
Trained at the Navy Military Academy and trained well, the biggest win of his young life. He's with Jimmy.
I'm here with Daniele Scatizzi. How does it feel getting a win like this in front of the Italian crowd, man?
Come ti senti a vincere il titolo a vincere Bellator davanti a tutti I tuoi fan italiani?
It's a great honor for me to stay here in front of all my fans Italian, and thank you so much everything for the support. Grazie a tutti per essere qua e sostenermi. Grandi ragazzi!
What's the future going to hold for you in Bellator? It looks bright.
Cos'è il tuo futuro Bellator adesso che hai vinto?
I hope spero di rimanere qui di combattere. Ok. Spero di rimanere qui, ragazzi, di avere nuovi incontri, di combattere, di andare avanti e rappresentare l'Italia, perché è veramente un onore per me combattere e far vedere che c'è un cazzo duro.
Wow. I hope you're still fighting for Bellator, and hope to stay here to fight for Bellator. And I don't know how to translate the last thing, but it's very complicated. But he hopes he will still fight for Bellator and fight in Italy.
Can't wait to see you again, Daniele Scatizzi. Thank you so much.
A performance far more simple to understand than his answers, but the 22-year-old Daniele Scatizzi, an impressive round 1 TKO. The maiden voyage for Bellator MMA overseas is just getting started.